The New Orleans Saints travel to Chicago on Sunday to face the Bears. This game currently listed at Pick'em on BETDAQ, 50 the total. Should be one of the better games of this Week 5. Both these teams off to an excellent start to the 2013 season. Saints 4-0, Bears 3-1. New Orleans currently the only team in the NFL to rank in the top 5 in both total offense and total defense. And while we expect great offense from the Saints, it's been the performance of their defense that has just stunned everybody. Rob Ryan in his first year as coordinator has been a miracle worker because remember the Saints last season allowed more yards than any team in NFL history. I mean, they were the worst defense in NFL history statistically. And this year, as we said, top 5 in the league in yards allowed, also top 5 in the NFL in points per game allowed. The Saints playing really, really well on defense, but because they were so bad last year, I don't think people are fully buying into the Saints defense yet. I think most people are just waiting for the Saints to be exposed on defense. Will that come this week on the road against the Chicago Bears offense that is currently 3rd in the NFL, scoring 31.8 points per game? Mark Trestman's offense seems to fit Jay Cutler like a glove. Cutler seems much more comfortable this season, not as harassed in the pocket. They're getting the ball out of his hands a little quicker. He's spreading it around nicely. Last week was really Cutler's first rough patch of this season. Cutler turning the ball over 4 times in a loss to the Detroit Lions. I do expect a good performance out of the Chicago offense this week, but what will worry me if I was a Bears fan or a Bears bettor is the matchup on the other side of the ball because the Bears are not playing very well at all on defense this season. They're allowing 28.5 points per game. They appear to have taken a big step back from the Lovie Smith years. Charles Tillman, maybe their best defensive back, questionable for this game with a groin injury. Facing this high-powered New Orleans Saints offense, I know the Saints aren't quite as good away from the Superdome on grass as they are in the Superdome on that fast track. Still, though, the Saints 4th in the NFL in yards per game against the Chicago Bears defense has had trouble stopping lesser offenses this season. I don't know. It would make me very, very nervous if I was a Bears fan, and for that reason, I do lean towards New Orleans in this game. However, this is not one of my favorite games on the board. I would not be at all surprised if Chicago won here. In going over this game and trying to project what was going to happen, I thought, this just feels like the time New Orleans should lose. It just feels like the Saints should lose right about now. And indeed, when I was looking at it, turns out the Saints are 3-12-1 against the spread their last 16 Week 5 games. So maybe it feels like the Saints should lose now because they always lose, or at least fail to cover right around now in Week 5. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the Bears win this game, but I do have a lean towards New Orleans. Just think they're the better team.